Victory is an evidence that God is together with you. Where there is absence of victory, you can't convince people that God is together with you. Now, pay attention. People were scared of Israel. Why? Because they carried victory. And you know what? No one would catch them. The book of Joshua, chapter 2, let's see what Rahab is telling the two spies. The two spies seek refuge in his house, the house of a harlot. And the harlot hides them. There were pursuers that came after them. But verse 8 says, and before they were laid down, she came up unto them upon the roof. Verse 9. And she said unto them, men, I know that the Lord has given you the land. I know. I know that the Lord has given you the land. Remember, they have not yet fought any battle. They have not even gone round Jericho 7 times, 7 days. They have not killed any single person in that land. Although they have a history about them. Watch this. I know that the Lord has given you the land. I have good news. Because you are born of God, you carry victory. And because you carry victory, this is the good news. That God has given you what you've been trusting Him for. This is the time to receive that which God promised. What God swore to give you, I have come to tell you that God has given you. Listen to me. You have it. The Father has given you. It has pleased God to give you that which He promised you. That what He said He will do. The time has come for Him to do it. I know that the Lord has given you the land, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. Pay attention. Rahab is saying, the inhabitants of the land, they faint because of you. She's aware that no one has strength anymore. The inhabitants of the land faint because of you. I want you to know that those that carry victory, there is a fear that falls on the enemies. When you carry victory, your enemies are filled with fear and terror. This is the portion of your enemies because you carry victory. Terror is their portion. Fear is their portion. They may try to show some strength, but they don't have strength in them. Verse 10, for we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when he came out of Egypt, and what He did unto the 2 kings of the Amorites that were on the other side Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom He utterly destroyed. They even have history of where Israel is coming from, what has happened on the way. What's this? Remember, Israel has spent more than 40 years in the wilderness. But the inhabitants of the land have an history of Israel, how they came out of Egypt, how God dried up Red Sea for them, how they have destroyed the enemies along the way. They have all their history. Listen, your enemies, it will not surprise you. One man of God is now a man of God. Then he was a witch. He was a wizard. And he was sent on a mission to go and destroy a certain church where people had gathered and they had begun a move of God. They were praying and fasting and trusting God to birth a move of God. And what happened? To his surprise, he was given history of these people. And even the lead pastor that was leading that movement, the prayers, that church, this wizard says he was given a 500 pages book concerning the history of this man of God, even his lineage. And they were trying to study the patterns, the weaknesses that have been in his lineage. Why are they studying all that? To see how they can fight him, to see how they can bring him down. Rahab tells the 2 spies that we have your history. We know what you've done. We know where you're coming from. We know all the victories that you've had. You're walking in victory. And she tells them, the people have no strength. The inhabitants of the land faint because of you. When you carry victory, your story is different. Verse 10, for we've heard of how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea. All that, verse 11, sorry. And as soon as we had heard these things, our hearts did melt. As soon as we had heard of these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. For the Lord your God, He is God in heaven above and in the earth beneath. The people, Ephesians, are giving a testimony of the God of Israel. How powerful He is, how mighty He is, how He dried Red Sea, how He helped them, destroy the kings of the Amorites on the other side. Wow, what a God! When you walk with God, you carry victory and not defeat. And I said, people are scared of Israel. People will always be scared of you when you carry victory. It's time for you to carry victory. What does Joshua 5:1 say? It says, it came to pass when all the kings of the Amorites, which were on the side of Jordan westward, and all the kings of the Canaanites, which were by the sea, heard that the Lord had dried up the waters of Jordan. Now, this is another testimony about the children of Israel. When the kings, all the kings of the land heard, they were communicating and saying, wow, what's happening? These guys are powerful. They're terrifying. Watch this. All the kings, when they heard that the Lord had dried up the waters of Jordan, now it's about Jordan River. They heard how God dried up Jordan. You know, God has done many things in your life. And the enemy is so much afraid of this God. They have a reason to be afraid of my God. They have a reason to be afraid of your God because your God is a consuming fire. Our God is a consuming fire, and no enemy can stand our God because in Him is victory and not defeat. And because we are born of God, we carry victory and not defeat. They say, they heard that the Lord had dried up the waters of Jordan from before the children of Israel until we were passed over, and that their hearts melted. When they heard, their hearts melted. Neither was there spirit in them anymore. There was no spirit in them anymore. Even though they are trying to put up a fight against Israel, there was no spirit in them anymore. Wow. It doesn't matter the courage you see in them and the strength you see in your enemies. They are so much afraid of you. They're freaking because of you. And this is because of the victory that you carry. Because our God gives us victory all the time. Pay attention. You don't carry defeat, you carry victory. Their hearts melted. Neither was there spirit in them anymore because of the children of Israel. There was no spirit in them anymore. It's time for you to carry victory. I said it's time for you to carry victory. Because when you carry victory, your enemies are afraid of you. Your enemies cannot stand you because of the victory that you carry. It is time to experience victory. This victory is an evidence that God is together with you. When your enemies see the victory that you carry, they know God is together with that man. But when there's no evidence of victory, they say, we'll fight this one. It's not carrying victory. The enemy is aware of anyone carrying victory. I pray for you. In the name of Jesus, may you carry victory. Receive this victory. May you have victory against the forces of darkness, against your enemies, against those that are fighting against you, against the sicknesses and diseases and infirmities that you're fighting. Receive victory. May your children carry victory. May you carry victory in your ministry, in the work of your hands, in your business. May you carry victory in your finances, in your health. Victory is your portion. I speak victory in every area of your life.